and welcome back to more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice. For the last episode, we continued trials for the Rite of Turnabout, and today, I'm guessing this is probably going to be the last trial of the case, and probably the finale of the case as well, so I guess we're just going to have to wait and see how this goes. May 12th, High Court of Rite, accused lobby. Sorry, Maya, but this is the only way. You sure you're up for this?
Thanks for believing in me, Nick. Even though I don't know if my channeling ability is on point yet.
Oh, right. Before she started training here, her success rate was only about 30%, which is bullshit because every single time she needed to channel somebody, she was able to. With the exception of Turnabout Goodbyes, where we're like, hey, you want to channel Mia so I don't have to do any work? And then she said, nah. And then we kept her around anyway, so that she ended up saving our asses in that case. Gee, I wonder what would have happened, like, if when Maya said, hey, do you still want me here? And I said, haha, hell no, and sent her home. I wonder how that would have changed the trial. I do, because she's the one who saved our asses in that trial. She's the one who threw her hands down on the table and said, your testimony's a bullshit. And she got thrown out of the court, sure, but she's the reason we won that trial. For multiple different reasons. Anyway, point here being, she's had a much higher success rate with channeling spirits than the game is making it out to be, but I know you can do it, Maya, at least I hope she can. So you're sure you're ready?
Yeah, at least I think so.
You don't sound so confident. What about all your training?
Training's one thing, actually doing it is another.
Oh, I see. Uh-oh. If she fails to channel the High Priest, we're as good as dead.
Relax, Nick. You can count on me. I'll show you what my training's done for me. This will be a moment you'll never forget.
Okay, I just hope it's unforgettable in a good way.
Once we hear about Inmi's story, I'm sure the truth will come to light.
I hope so, but he was hiding the fact that he was a rebel, so I doubt it'll be as cut and dried as all that.
They are ready for you. Please return to the Hall of Justice at once.
Okay, Maya, I'm counting on you.
You got it! Here we go!
Okay, I'm guessing this is going to be the grand finale of the case. May 12th, High Court of Rite.
We have received official approval for the accused to channel a spirit here today. Now, if you will, Miss Faye, please proceed.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Come on, Maya, I'm counting on you.
I've been studying here in Rite for 2 years now, so that one day I will be the master of Rite, a village of spirit mediums back home. But first, I shall show you all the fruits of my training in your kingdom.
Wow, she really seems confident.
A neophyte practitioner such as you could not possibly channel a spirit. Oh, just you wait. Okay, Your Benevolence, how about this? If I succeed, will you stop calling me a neophyte? Very well, if you succeed.
Which, of course, you will.
Oh, I will, just you watch! Oh, spirit of trust in me slumbering in the Twilight Realm, return now to the world of the living!
We've never actually seen her channel a spirit. Like, the process of physically channeling somebody else's spirit, we've never seen her do that before. We've only ever seen the aftermath. Sorry, just... Gotta say, those clothes don't work quite as well on you as they do for Mia. Oh god, what voice would I even give you?
What is this place?
Oh my!
No, this cannot be. Polkanka.
Go, Maya!
I do not understand. This cannot be. This simply cannot be. Oh, but it is. I must step out now before I forget myself.
What happened in me?
Would this be the Twilight Realm? And what of this luxurious maid of hair? Is it perhaps a gift from the Holy Mother for her decades of faithful service?
Oh, happened in me?
My, but if it isn't His Majesty, have you too shuffled off that mortal coil?
Please do not count me among the dead. It is only you who has passed on. But the spirit medium Maya Faye has brought you back among us today.
What? Ireland Faye is master of the secret art of spirit channeling? I suppose that explains these gorgeous locks.
When I pass from this world, I too hope to be channeled with a head full of head, blah, 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 blah.
That would be for the briefest of moments. I give thanks for this splendid coiffure. Praise be to the Holy Mother. However, this kimono is a bit too snug for my taste, if you would excuse me.
Oh. 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 Alright. Yep. Mm-hmm. I don't recall this being part of the plan. Could we get to his testimony now? I wish he'd kept his top on.
Why, you are that foreign lawyer that people speak of as of late. And is this not the Hall of Justice? Why have I been summoned here?
Forgive us for calling you back from your eternal rest. But you have been accused of murder. Might we ask you to testify on your own behalf?
What the?
I've been accused of murder? That is troubling indeed.
Ah! What's with that crazy pose?
This really causes such astonishment. Even the lowliest of monks can achieve such body control with the proper training.
Oh, I wonder if Albie will be able to do that someday.
Will the defense please explain the situation to the High Priest?
I'd be happy to. Your disciple Praise a Lot has been murdered. It happened on the day before the purification rite. And the crime occurred in the rebel hideout within an inner sanctum.
Acolyte Zealot? He has been killed? Who would do such a thing?
I wonder. Someone who knew of the hideout and had access to the inner sanctum. In other words, you, Abbott, and me. After all, weren't you secretly a rebel?
Oh my, have my rebel allegiance has been exposed? Not even my wife knew of that. It seems to rest in peace is not my fate.
Why did you, a devout priest of Karanism, join the rebellion?
The High Priest has come back to us for but a brief time, Defense. Shall we not cut to the chase and ask the most pressing of questions?
Oh, right.
Abbott and me, the prosecution believes the one who slew both you and Acolyte Zealot to be Maya Fey, who had been playing the role of Lady Kira in the Rite. Being that I was dead until just a moment ago, my memory is a bit hazy. Could you please do your best to remember?
The High Priest says his memory is hazy.
It's all coming back to me. It is as Prosecutor Samada concluded. I was slain by none other than Maya Fey. The High Priest's statement has proven my assertions with regards to his murder correct.
No! But what about Acolyte Zealot? You were the one who killed him, weren't you?
I know not about my disciple's murder. Furthermore, I have an alibi of my own.
An alibi? Wait. What? Wait a minute. How would you... What?
It seems that's what the defense has been hoping for is working against him.
How would you know when to have an alibi for? You've been dead.
Now, but I mean, your testimony, if you please.
How would you know... What? Okay, so here's my thought process. We only figured out when the crime occurred today. So, why would you know when to have an alibi for?
I have an ironclad alibi for the time during which the murder took place. Just past noon on the day before the rite, I was entertaining guests at my home. And I believe my guests can corroborate this.
Okay, how would you know? We didn't know that until... Just past noon's right about the time Zell was murdered, but how would you know that? Are you sure about that?
Absolutely.
Come to think about it, Rayford told me about a spirit's memory. The High Priest seems to know exactly what he's talking about. So the question is, what would be the best angle of attack? Well, first off, how would you know what... Okay, how do we even get that information? I have an alibi. I have an ironclad alibi. Okay, great. But how would you know that? When exactly was he at your home? Yeah, but... Okay, here's the thing. Why would you know when to say the alibi for? We only figured this out today, and you were dead today. So how would you know that?
Yes, and we had a rousing chat concerning the game of Catch You Them All.
Is that supposed to be a riff on Pokemon, like Catch Them All? Maybe I'm looking too far into that one, but I mean, with the streak of name puns we've had up until this point, it would not surprise me. But
well, it's not that I told the testimony. I thought I was hired to the High Priest's home.
I guess the day was magistrate. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna keep pressing information until something pops up. Your magistrate is sure the testimony is completely accurate.
I sure can be. A whole wonderful list to finally have my actions be admissible as evidence in the court.
His Majesty was in my home during the exact time period of the murder. Come, let us put this behind us. I could not have possibly committed this crime. How can you be so sure? What if the clock or watch you were using... That's not the angle you go for, Phoenix.
There was a clock right near the table, and how the exact time is my watch.
As you can see, my alibi is here too. But why would it be? Yes, I do. His Majesty's a witness.
Are you satisfied now? There is not a single discrepancy in Abinimi's alibi.
Yes, there is. If I give up now, it's all over. Now, hold on a second. Is there something, anything? Yes, there is. There is a discrepancy in High Priest's testimony.
There is? Well, then perhaps you could explain what it might be.
This is what was wrong with his testimony. Yeah, he knew the time of the crime. He shouldn't have known that. Thank you. I've been pressing your statements for like 15 minutes, but I finally figured that I finally was given the option to say something like that. After Abinimi was channeled, no one ever stated what time Acolyte Zealot was murdered.
Now that you mention it.
Despite that you claim to have an alibi from 2 to 3 p.m., it means you knew that Acolyte Zealot was dead when you were still alive. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. Oh, that was actually really cool. Wait, I think I saw something just now. No, I must be imagining things. Yes, Phoenix, you did just see that. So tell me, how did you know what time the crime had been committed? Although, if the spirit temporarily left his body, wouldn't that have also changed the body back to Maya's form? Or is that the joke they're going for? Hey, I got a joke for you guys. You ready? I just came up with a funny joke. Ready? I guess you could say that Maya has... Like, if I were Maya, you know what I would say? I guess you could say, I would say that I have trust in me. See what I did there? Get it? Because Maya channeled a spirit, and when you channel a spirit, they're inside your body, and it's okay, I'll stop. Moving on. Come on. Yeah, give me at least, that one was at least like a 7 out of 10, right? Get it? Because she channeled a spirit, and the spirit is in your body, so trust in me. No? Ah, fine, whatever.
Abinimi was at home during the crime, but knew of what happened at the hideout. I believe that this can be explained thusly. He must have had a way to monitor the hideout from his home.
What? You never cease to amaze, prosecutor.
As he has surmised, there was a listening device installed at the hideout. It enabled me to instantly learn of anything unusual when I was not there. Remember, the rebels had been using this as a top-secret hideout. It would be perfectly natural for them to install such an apparatus.
Wait, comes to think, when I was searching the rebel hideout...
I heard such a recording to his Majesty family that if you look into the desk in my study, you will find the tape in question.
Alright then, bailiff!
Yes, Your Majesty.
Go retrieve the tape in question for the High Priest's home.
At once, Your Majesty.
Even a future brain such as yours should understand it now.
It looks like the contradiction really did vanish.
We shall ascertain the content of the recording once we have the tape. In the meantime, I would ask Abinimi to continue with his testimony.
Witness testimony. I heard everything.
I was entertaining His Majesty and his family and the crime occurred.
When I listened to the tape later, I heard a man and a woman quarreling. It sounded like an altercation between Acolyte Zealot and Acolyte Faye. After that, there was a loud noise, followed by a haunting silence.
I have to find some way to attack his alibi. If only Maya were here. She has a way of putting me at ease. But seeing her like this is only creeping me out.
Though the High Priest was a rebel, he was still at Carinus holy man. Therefore, take care in your questioning lest you invoke the ire of our people.
I think I've already got that. I think I got that the moment I arrived in Kingdom of Karine. Nice try, but I'll stop at nothing to find the truth. Alright. Well, again, I didn't see any outright contradictions, so... Let's get to pressing for more information. I described him as a terrible crash. Poor Zealot must have felt so heavy. I've been pressing every single statement, nothing's come up. You believe that the terrible crash connected to Acolyte Zealot's death?
Yes, the sound no doubt was poor Zealot's death now.
Such a tragedy, for he was a fine disciple. I would ask all here today to give a prayer for his departed soul.
I had high hopes for that young man's future.
Why do I feel like such a jerk for just trying to do my job right now?
Mr. Wright. You still feel the need to question the High Priest? His alibi is as tight as tight can be.
This isn't going so well, I better ask him about something else. I'm curious, Abbott and me. Did you stop at the rebel hideout after his Majesty left?
I thought it was just this situation, but as I said before, there's nothing to see. I had that appearance it always had.
And the victim's body?
There's nowhere to be found. Acolyte Faye must have already disposed of it and anything else incriminating.
So when you saw the rebel hideout, it looked like it does in this photo? I'd say that's how it appeared that day. So Stone Slip and put it back in place. Rebel hideout photo updated in the... Wait! Okay, I should have seen that a lot sooner. Wow, okay. I probably just spent all that time pressing information for literally no reason. So, alright, wow, I should have figured that out so much sooner. Okay, so what we just found out there is that he said something like, oh, it must have felt so heavy. But if the slabs were upright, he would have no reason, unless he was there to kill him, there was no reason for him to suspect that anything would have felt heavy on him.
Is it not time to concede defeat?
No, wait, I just need a little more time.
If you insist.
So then, I guess gotta go to the end, and it says, must have felt so heavy. No, because I should have seen this so much. I probably didn't have to press any of those statements. I probably could have just presented that photo there, and I could have skipped all that. That's dumb on my part. Avenami, you said, and I quote, poor Zelda must have felt so heavy. Why do you think he felt something heavy? You said the hideout looked like it did in his photo. If so, there was nothing that would lead you to believe he had experienced a heavy feeling. The fact is, of course, a stone slab did fall over on Acolyte Zealot, impaling him on the Warbat statue behind him. But that was only revealed through her Benevolence's divination seance earlier.
Well, then, please get to the point.
My point is simply hearing a crashing sound shouldn't have automatically led him to conclude the victim was crushed to death.
I still don't see your point.
Oh, for God's sake. I'm saying the High Priest knew. He knew how the victim was really killed. And that is information only the real killer could have known! I definitely saw it that time. I've got the High Priest spirit shaking in his boots, or should I say sandals.
Need I remind you, Abadimi was with his magistrate at the time of the crime. Such an alibi precludes him from being the killer.
That's true, so he can't be the killer. Okay, well then... I got nothing for this one. However, he knew his Zelda was killing something only the killer could know. Can this discrepancy be resolved somehow? I mean, he could have... I got nothing. I was just getting to that. I think time to think of something quick. The High Priest knew something only the killer could have known because he heard it during the trial. No, he wasn't alive for that, or he wasn't here for that. He inferred it after the facts. That's weak. He heard it from the real culprits. This is the only one it can be, but I don't know who that would be. He must have heard now. He would have heard that the victim died from the real killer. Real killer? Of course, that makes perfect sense. I don't want to believe it, but that's the only possible explanation.
So tell us, who is this real killer?
It's got to be someone close to the High Priest, someone without an alibi. This person most like... What, believe in me? Why would it be her? There's only one person that matches that description, but why would it be her?
Take that!
Your Majesty, while you were visiting, you didn't see Mrs. Inmate at all, did you?
No, I never saw her, but what does that have to do with anything?
Did the High Priest ever leave your sight?
No, we were talking the entire time, and the food was brought right to the room's entryway.
So the High Priest has an ironclad alibi. But his wife does not.
What the devil are you insinuating?
We're insinuating she's the killer, but I don't quite know how you... Like, this is... Might be a bit of a stretch.
Objection!
You have a lot of nerve making such a baseless allegation. She had no motive to kill Akhlazel. He was like family to her.
No. We can't entirely discount the idea. Especially if you consider that Mrs. Inmate could have been the one posing as Lady Kira. I guess that makes sense, because she usually plays the part of Lady Kira. Okay, I guess that kind of makes sense.
Even a fool must temper his foolishness at times. Or do you truly believe Lady Kira would kill Akhlazel though he was not a rebel?
Objection!
Yeah, that part doesn't make sense. But the idea that she could have been Lady Kira does. As we all know, the High Priest is secretly a rebel. If it would follow this, favorite disciple could very well be a rebel too.
Are you suggesting that Mrs. Inmate killed her husband as well?
No, that's a big ol' no right there. There's no way. There's actually just no way that would have ever happened. I don't think we can rule it out. Like with how much she seems to miss her husband when we talk to her. I seriously doubt that's the case. Yes, it could have been an act. What the hell? Like, yes, it could have been an act, but that seems too genuine for it to be an act. Like, in the kidnap turnabout, they were very obviously faking it. But here, Believe in Me sounded like she was genuinely sad her husband had died. So I don't believe that even for a second.
It is as Abbott and me stated. And the accused has already been found guilty of his murder. It is far too late to overturn it.
It's the next day.
That's right, Mr. Wright. Now apologize to this good priest before he gets angry again. Quickly now.
No, I'm not going to apologize. The true identity of Lady Kira is a major piece of this trial's puzzle. And admitted, Abbott and me, your wife, Lady and me, killed you. Yet even now you continue to lie in an effort to protect her.
How absurd. It appears the lawyer has forgotten. My lovely wife cannot possibly battle the rebels in the guise of Lady Kira. For we were blessed by her holiness and she is with child. Praise be to the Holy Mother!
Ah, I completely forgot about that.
That abominable Lady Kira figure who slew me echoed said it was the accused.
This is bad, but I can't give up now. Don't forget, my client doesn't have the strength to fight rebels either. How could a weak young woman like her possibly...
You foolish oaf of a lawyer. If only you were as blessed as Lady in me.
What?
Surely the accused possesses the strength, or should I say the power. The power to battle those black-hearted rebels.
What are you talking about?
Then you have figured it out as well, Abbott and me? May I ask you to explain it to this putrid-brained lawyer? Certainly, for I cannot allow him to frame my lovely wife for murder. Foreign devil! Your Majesty, allow me to testify as to how my affairs that murderous Lady Kira.
Oh, I can't wait to hear it.
Well, if it would assert your anger, then by all means testify.
Okay, another cross-examination. Witness testimony. Maya Fey is Lady Kira. How wrong are you gonna be this time?
I go to channel Lady Kira's spirit. She's a spirit medium who knows Lady Kira's true name, so she could have done it.
Yeah, no, she needs to see a face. She needs to see a face, too. And Lady Kira wears a mask. Wait, don't we have that thing that shows her wearing a mask? Where is it? Here it is. Okay, yeah. Where's the photo? Here it is. She's wearing a mask. She needs a face. She needs a face and a name to do that. That doesn't work. Nothing else you say matters. That's not how that works. Please try again. But?
Do you understand now? Murder by spirit channeling explains everything. This is the only way the accused could have
No! Wrong! You're wrong! You're wrong! Maya's ability to channel spirits, it's come back to haunt her.
Now is it not time to let it go?
No, never. I'll never give up. Now what? Think. How can I prove? I know how to prove it. I can prove it pretty easily. All I gotta do is just point out the fact that you need a face. Maya Fey is Lady Kira. Okay. Well, you're just patently incorrect on that one, so, enjoy.
Objection!
The Tomb of Secrets is only given to the priestess who performs the purification rite. Is this your proof that my client could have channeled Lady Kira?
Yes, indeed. For it contains the true name of Lady Kira, a secret only revealed within.
Abbott and me? I'm afraid you're mistaken. This couldn't have been used to channel Lady Kira.
Mr. Wright, would you care to explain?
This is why my client could have channeled Lady Kira, because she's wearing a mask. If I can move the hand, which apparently I can't.
Take that!
Lady Kira's face is hidden behind a mask in the Tomb of Secrets. You need both a name and a face to channel a spirit. Without a face, it would have been impossible for my client to channel Lady Kira.
Oh my!
Therefore, the claim that she became Lady Kira by means of spirit channeling is patently false. And with Lady Kira out of the equation, my client had no motive to commit murder.
But then, who was the rebel hunting Lady Kira we've been reading about in the paper?
Yes, who is the suspect if indeed there is one at all?
Actually, it might be Praise a Lot. Right? Because he actually wouldn't it have to be him? I think it would have to be him, right? Because who else would be able to? Yeah, only someone capable of entering the priest's home could have delivered it. He's basically the only person left that it could possibly be. They drew it into Lady Kira's key to something both murders. So I thought Mr. New suspicious of her pregnancy takes her out of the running, and Mr. A Rebel is a rebel, so that doesn't make sense. Leaves us with
Mr. Wright, you have that look again. The one where you know you have to say something, but you can't figure out what it is.
Thanks to my reluctance to really turn up the heat. I'll just have to stir the pot till something floats to the top. Your Majesty, I know, has been posing as the rebel hunting Lady Kira.
You do? Are you sure about that?
Yes, completely.
I sense that I may regret this, but please go on and explain.
Thank you, Your Majesty. This is who's been posing as the rebel hunting Lady Kira. I guess it's him. But like, simple process of elimination means it can only be him.
Take that!
The true identity of rebel hunting Lady Kira we seek is praised a lot.
What's this? The High Priest murdered Disciple was Lady Kira, you say? Peace, I say peace! The defense will continue!
Yes, Your Majesty. I whittled down the list of suspects until there was only one left.
But a process of elimination is not the same as solid evidence.
That is true.
I assume you have evidence to back up your claim.
That is true. But we do have the warning. And, like, she's the only person left who could have delivered. I will have some moment, I just hope so. So I have still have the evidence to prove it. The evidence that proves that Acolyte Zella was posing as Lady Kira is this.
Take that!
This is what proves that Acolyte Zella was Lady Kira. Lady Kira's warning letter.
How absurd. What could that possibly prove?
Prosecutor Sadmati. You stated that this warning letter proved that my client was Lady Kira, and the reason you gave was that High Priest's house was locked tight. But there was another member of the family who lived there.
Ah.
Therefore, Acolyte Zealot could have delivered the warning anytime he wanted. Here's the music!
This trial has proceeded on the assumption Lady Kira was behind the serial killings. If Lady Kira is one of the victims, who was the killer? What was their motive?
The only suspect left is Mrs. Inme. It's a suicide, like I said in the beginning. There's only one possible motive. What if Mrs. Inme is a rebel?
What?
Fiend, you still bent on Cassie's vision of my lovely wife?
Objection!
Well, you have no evidence either. After all, the dagger with my client's prints on it wasn't what killed Acolyte Zealot. And the Plume Punisher theme that he heard could have been an alarm clock. That means all of the evidence linking her to the crime has been called into question.
Was Lady Amy a rebel and did she post as Lady Kira to kill Acolyte Zealot? Or was Acolyte Zealot a rebel and was Lady Kira Lady Kira who killed him? I would tell you this now is likely. What are we to do now?
The alarm clock, you say? You mean the one in the rebel hideout?
Yes, but what of it?
So that's it.
What's gotten into him?
Oh, but I mean, just was so comical.
Forgive my outburst. It simply tickled my funny bone.
What did?
The theme song came from the Plume Punisher clock, you say? That alarm could not possibly have gone off.
What makes you say that clock was working just fine the last time I checked?
Try using your head for a change.
What do you think I've been doing this entire time, buddy?
Without the existence of a secret had it been given away if the alarm kept going off?
Wait, you don't mean...
Indeed, we leave the alarm switched off at all times.
No!
In that case,
I'm sad to say the defense claim does not hold water.
what do you could have responded, Mr. Wright?
Oh, this can't be happening, not now.
This should be put an end to the lawyer's futile struggles. The theme song the victim heard was from the accused trap, just as we suspected. Therefore, the accused of rebel hunting Lady Kira and the victim's killer.
I need an opening, something I can raise an objection to.
That Plume Punisher theme song Acolyte Zealot heard in his final moments. I heard it by way of the listening device.
But did you really? If you had heard it, why didn't you testify to the fact before?
Is it not obvious? I did not know such a tune could become a key matter of dispute.
Well, I mean, there have been stranger turnabout moments. Like the stupid cloak bullshit. Oh, right, well then, what if he's lying about the clock's alarm being switched off?
Miserable wretch. That would be a pointless lie, one easily disproven.
If you check the clock, you will see that the alarm is in fact switched off.
Come to think of it, we set the switch back into the opposition before we left.
I remember hearing it clearly. Those distinctive taco drums in the
Wait, no, there aren't
Oh! The thing! The thing! That's the thing! She traded it! Oh my god!
Yes! That's it! That's it! That's it right there! Okay. Maya traded away. Maya traded away the Plume Punisher thing. Oh, sorry, she traded away her Steel Samurai wristband for the Plume Punisher thing. Believe in me, has a Steel Samurai thing on her wristband, and if the Plume Punisher plays the theme song, I guarantee the Steel Samurai plays the theme as well. The Distinctive Taiko drums, nope, they are not in the Plume Punisher intro, but everyone keeps saying that the two, because that's the thing, they were drawing such an unusual amount of attention to that throughout the whole case. I'm like, okay, is this going somewhere, or is this just a meta commentary? But nope, it was going somewhere, it was going right here, we finally hear it. It's, oh my god, that's such a good twist. Okay, now just let me get to the part where I can prove it. Now hold on just 1 minute. Your Majesty.
Yes?
The High Priest's statement is inconsistent with a certain piece of evidence.
Is it?
The very sight of a tortured soul writhing in flames.
You won't be saying that once I show you the evidence. Now, all I have to do is pick the right one. This piece of evidence is inconsistent with a statement about the taiko drum intro. That would be the family photo. Well, no, where's the family photo? Right here. All I gotta show is this, right? Maybe? Oh wait, no, we have the thing. Yeah, we have this. This is probably a better, yeah. That'd be a better. The other one probably would have worked, but this is more direct. This one's consistent with the statement, my client's Plume Punisher strap.
What does that have to do with anything?
It plays the Plume Punisher theme song. And here it is, the theme to the Plume Punisher Warrior of Neo Twilight Realm. Do you see what I mean? The music the victim heard in his final moments might not have been the Plume Punisher theme song.
Huh? I'm afraid I'm not following you. What was it about the Plume Punisher theme?
In his final moments, Acolyte Zealot heard the Steel Samurai theme. There are no taiko drums in the intro of the Plume Punisher theme. So what Acolyte Zealot actually heard in his final moments was the theme of the Steel Samurai War of Neo Tokyo.
Peace, 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 I say. Mr. Wright, what is the Steel Samurai of which you speak?
The Steel Samurai War of Neo Tokyo was an action hero show from America. The Plume Punisher... Oh. If you didn't know about the Steel Samurai, you could easily mistake the two.
But the fact that the Acolyte Zealot heard music of an American action hero show is irrefutable mistake uses in the secret hideout.
Nope. That's where you're wrong. Actually, no, you have it backwards. That's right, Miss Faye met an avid Plume Punisher from here in Karine. And as a token of their friendship, she traded a certain Steel Samurai item she had for the Plume Punisher strap.
And Mrs. Avid Plume Punisher fan was the one who killed Acolyte Zealot?
Yes. And that is, the avid fan is none other than the High Priest's wife. Believe in me.
Do you have evidence to back up this claim, Mr. Wright?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Forgiving as the Holy Mother is. I doubt she would tolerate yet another dose of your baseless slander.
Oh, here comes the swell of the music. Love it when it kicks up like that. Oh, I'm prepared to turn this entire case upside down, that is. This is my last chance to take a deep breath and review the evidence.
Very well, then please present your evidence if you would, defense.
The evidence that proves Mrs. Amy was the one who killed Acolyte Zealot is the family photo that shows she's wearing the wrist strap. Or the watch or whatever. It's right here in this family photo. Proof that Mrs. Amy and Miss Faye traded items featuring their favorite characters.
A family photo? And what exactly should we be looking at here?
The proof that they exchanged items featuring their favorite characters is right here.
Take that!
Look at Mrs. Inmy's left wrist. You can see the Steel Samurai's trademark top knot right there. I didn't want to open the chat log. Which clearly makes this a Steel Samurai watch.
Why? I never knew your wife had such a hobbies happening to me.
This family photo was taken right here before Acolyte Zealot was murdered. By that point, my client had the plume behind the Punisher strap and Mrs. Amy had the Samurai watch. So what the victim heard in his final moments was none other than the sound of the watch Mrs. Amy was wearing.
I wish you met my testimony, but I thought Tiger Jump was something else. I've never had such a watch. It's true, I tell you. You must believe me, Your Majesty.
Be not deceived by the defense's loyalties.
Now what? He's been pretty quiet up to the point. What does he have up his sleeve?
There is a big gaping hole in his flimsy claim.
A big gaping hole? I don't think so.
Oh no, I'm afraid it is there, alright. Just like the big gaping holes in your putrid brain.
My brain is neither putrid nor full of holes. I'm not a zombie after all.
Heh, says the dead lawyer walking. He who is now in revision focuses on what is before him, never seeing the big picture. Or as they say in your country, you cannot see the forest for the trees. For it is as you said, and Lady Amy the rebel slew Acolyte Zell, the rebel hunting Lady Kira. The rebel hunter would have been dead before the High Priest was slain.
Oh, that means the High Priest could not have been slain by the rebel hunting Lady Kira.
Oh, how could I have missed that? I'm in the hot water now. I don't have any other suspects in the High Priest's murder, except Trust himself.
You mindless zombie, you should have begun your journey into the Tri-Rite realm long ago. Now let it go and move on.
No, I will never give up. I just need to think things through and figure it out. Who really killed the High Priest? Oh, we're doing this bullshit again. If Acolyte had been Lady Kira, he couldn't have killed the High Priest. So the question is, who did? Maybe I can get to the bottom of this by reviewing the events of the case in order. What evidence could tell me something about the crime scene before the murder? Well, that would only be only my testimony could do that. The spring was stained red before the rite.
Oh! That's it! That's it! That's the motive we're looking for! That's the motive we're looking for! I just figured it out! Oh! Oh my god! Oh, that's actually so depressing! Oh my god, that is so depressing! Okay, so here's my thought process on this. So we know for sure that it was that as every established here, the spring was stained red before the rite began. That was from Fraser-Lott's blood, right? So if they really thought, like, I don't know why I didn't think of this until now, but if they really thought that Maya was the one who killed, like, if Trust Me really thought that Maya was the one who killed him, he could have reported the murder right then and there, and Maya would have been arrested instantly. But he didn't, and the reason why is because if he did that, then the police would have known immediately about. They would have found the rebel hideout. So Trust had to figure out a way to cover this up. So he has them do the purification rite, which distracts everybody, while he goes to cover things up at the crime scene. And the way he does that, as fucking tragic and depressing as all hell is what I'm about to say is, he killed himself. He used his own blood to cover up the fact that the spring was red, to conceal the rebel hideout. He killed himself. He gave his life to protect the location of the rebel hideout. That is the piece to this puzzle that we were missing the entire goddamn time. Oh my god, that is actually so sad. That's so fucking depressing.
The spring was already red before the High Priest's murder because of Zealot's blood. The spring was stained by Rebel Zealot's blood. That's right, Zealot had been killed in the rebel hideout the day before the rite, and his blood had flowed into the spring. Wait a second, the High Priest knew that Zealot had been killed in the hideout, so why didn't he report it to the authorities? Might have been killed, he could have easily been arrested on the spot. Yep, that's what I said. Why didn't the High Priest inform the authorities right then? Because he had to keep the hideout hidden. God damn it, that is actually so depressing. He wanted to keep the hideout secret. If he reported Zealot's murder, the authorities would have found out about the hideout. That's why he was worried about. Before going through with the rite, the High Priest risks having Maya see the spring running red with blood. Why did he have to go through with the rite? Did he want to set up the scene? Yep, that's exactly. God, that's actually so sad. He wanted to set the crime scene to conceal the hideout. But how was he planning on concealing the source of the blood in the spring? Yup. He used his own blood. Stained the spring with his own blood. He concealed the source of the blood with his own. That was how he kept the rebel hideout a secret. It's all starting to fall into place. I know who killed the High Priest. It was Trust himself. Holy f***ing shit. I can't believe it. The High Priest took his own life to keep the rebel hideout a secret.
The High Priest wasn't murdered by anyone. He took his own life to keep the rebel hideout a secret.
The High Priest committed suicide? I've never heard anything more absurd!
The lawyer has placed a stain on the good priest death of his putrid brain. Its putrid gaping holes are as large as the hole in his logic.
What hole?
You are still failed to understand. You truly cannot see the forest or the trees. You claim that the high priest took his own life, but have you considered who brought the dagger to the Plaza of Devotion?
What? What? After the priest killed the dagger of source. What?
Only the accused might.
No! No, we already established the Warbird statue was the murder weapon.
And as brought.
It was mostly somebody says. Claims found the ports in his logic. The evidence is too weak. You cannot prove the High Priest took his own life thanks to the rebel hideout.
You're right. Dagger was impaled in Zealot's body. His body had been placed at the Plaza the previous day.
Was you going to respond?
Zealot's body was already in place. What Dagger was also. Dagger was ever invented the US. Yeah, you died by a different weapon. Of course, that's it.
What is it?
There was no need to move the dagger. It had already been stabbed into Acolyte Zealot's body the day before the Rite.
What? So that means, what does that mean?
It means the dagger wasn't the weapon that took the High Priest's life.
But no weapon was ever. What? We already established the statue can kill somebody. What do you mean? This is very simple. If you will not listen to reason, you want me to listen to reason? Look at you, Mr. Wavy Hair. Freaking, oh, there's no murder weapon up there. What do you mean? We already proved this yesterday. What are you doing, you silly chicken? Shows that you believe to be the real murder weapon.
I really shouldn't have to do this, buddy. Maybe if I think back to the trial,
Well, what the defense can say?
what do you think it is? It's the statue.
Take that!
What really killed him has been at the Inner Sanctum all this time, and its lethality has already been demonstrated by the late Acolyte Zealot. That's right, it was the Warbat statue. Got him! Finally!
You think the statue claimed both victims' lives?
Would you care to chime in, Evan and me?
No lies.
Why, it's...
Oh!
Lady in me. Darling, don't you think this has gone on long enough?
She's gonna confess. Believe no. Your Majesty, my wife knows nothing.
Please open and let your wife speak. No, Lady in me, please continue if you would.
It's that time again.
And what time would that be?
2:30 in the afternoon, the time my husband conducts his daily prayers. And the time prey was slain.
We f***ing called it. We f***ing knew it. Oh my god. I've never experienced more mixed feelings. But on the one hand, it's like, yes, we solved the case. On the other hand, it's like, holy shit, this is so goddamn depressing.
That sound, it's...
The Steel Samurai alarm.
I too like to pray at the same time as my dear husband. So I set an alarm to remind me each day, but I had no idea it would come to this.
No, stop. She knows not what she speaks.
Your Majesty, I am the one who slew Acolyte Zealot.
I'm an enemy! Bailiff, summon a physician at once! The physician is now attending the High Priest, so there's no need to fear. Now, let us continue.
And what about the half of him called Maya that's still among the living? Mrs. Zinmi, will you tell us everything you know?
Truth is, I am a rebel, just like my husband. The tragedy unfolded before the rites, during the Feast of Blessings. I had gone to the rebel hideout to prepare it for Dad's escape.
And that's when Acolyte Zealot suddenly appeared?
Yes, Praise was shocked when he saw me there.
Acolyte Zealot did not know you were a rebel?
I do not believe he did. I believe he was there so we could investigate the hideout.
And then he suddenly came face to face with Mrs. Zinmi. So the true identity of the rebel hunting Lady Kira was Praise a lot?
Yes. He's a member of the secret police, serving directly under the Minister of Justice.
The secret police?
And this is what he said to me. I can kill rebels with impunity. The Justice Minister has my back. He was using his position within the secret police to deal those rebels a heavy blow. A murder sanctioned by the Crown is still murder.
Without the DC Act, Durkin's insurgent scumbudd's days are numbered. What's that supposed to mean? The trick up Minister Inga's sleeve was Lady Kira.
No, this can't be. My father would never.
This must be a bolt out of the blue for Rafa. This explains why Acolyte Zealot abandoned his real name.
Yes. Even went as far as covering up the tattoo all the Karane's clergy members received. Lady Kira was a member of the secret police. That explains why no order was given to investigate her attacks.
I guess I'm not alone in hearing this for the first time.
But this cannot be.
Please! Now, Lady Inmate, please continue!
Ray suddenly lunged at me. That's when I pushed the stone slab toward him with all my might. But I never meant for what happened next to occur.
Allow me to take it from here.
Oh, but Emmy, are you sure you're alright now?
I am sorry you had to see that, but you need not worry about me. I am already dead.
Please, we need to know what was so important that you would take your own life.
After I learned my wife had accidentally slain Zealot, I chilled his body with snow to make it seem as if he died more recently than he did. Then I later moved into the plaza of devotion and inserted a dagger into his wound. The plaza was empty at that time before prayer time had started. Finally, I placed his body in the prayer pose. No one would notice anything was wrong, so the writing concluded.
It is perfectly possible that no one would disturb him if he seemed to be praying. We do treasure our prayer time, after all.
So you admit you tried to pin this crime on Maya Fey?
Yes, this is all my doing. I never told my wife of the plan. Surely she would have tried to stop me.
How did you get Miss Faye's fingerprints on the dagger?
I had her hold it while we were rehearsing the Rite the day before. And before the Rite, I drugged her with a sleeping agent. And I put Lady Kira's robes over the Warbat statue.
That means Maya was probably already groggy by the time the Rite started.
Finally, I ended my own life to ensure that the crime would appear to have been by Acolyte Faye's own hand.
But when your body was discovered, Lady Kira's robes were on the ground. How did they end up there if they were on the statue?
After I impaled myself on one of the statue's dagger-like feathers, I used the last ounce of my strength to hurl my body backwards. As I did, I grabbed onto the ropes, taking them with me as I fell back onto the ground.
How terrible was that to do such a thing?
You needn't have committed suicide simply to frame the accused.
Prosecutor Sadmati, as one well-versed in our kingdom's legal system, I would expect you, of all people, to understand.
This kingdom's legal system, Mrs. Inme's crime, your suicide. It can't be. That would be sadder than sad.
Why? I believe the defense knows of what the High Priest speaks.
Yes, I finally understand. This explains why the High Priest took his own life. Because he did not trust the lawyers to want to prove his wife killed in self-defense because of the Defense Culpability Act. Circumstantial evidence supports Mrs. Inme's killing of Acolyte Zealot in self-defense. However, it would be next to impossible to prove it without a lawyer. That's why the High Priest wanted to pin the crime on Maya Fey.
I fail to see what this has to do with his suicide.
In Quran, the divination seance is the most important piece of trial evidence. The High Priest wanted to frame Miss Fey as a serial killer. It was a clever plan in which he made sure he'd see Lady Kira in his final moments.
The lawyer speaks true. This is why I placed Lady Kira's robes upon the Warbat statue. I made it seem that Acolyte Faye was the rebel hunting Lady Kira.
But, are you saying you used my divination seance to produce false evidence?
Forgive me your benevolence, but it was the only way to help my lovely wife.
If you had approached me first, I could have proved that the murder was in self-defense.
Perhaps, but I had little faith in lawyers despite being a rebel.
How utterly foolish to cast away one's life for such a reason. There must have been other ways to cover up the crime.
Yet had I done so, my wife would rush to my defense, and when the case went to trial, she would suffer the same fate as I had in the Defense Culpability Act. I could not have lived with myself had she been convicted because of that fiendish man. Oh no.
This cannot be. All I had done under the laws of our kingdom. It has all been.
Poor Rafe, she's really taking this hard, but I can't say I'm surprised.
Mr. Phoenix Wright, it's time to show the might of your legal prowess. You mustn't allow another innocent soul to be charged under that despicable law.
Of course, I'll do whatever I can.
What I have done to you and Acolyte Faye is unforgivable. I can only offer my most humble of apologies. Your Majesty?
Yes?
I ask you please look after my wife.
Oh.
You have my word.
Your benevolence, it is time that I return to the Twilight Realm. That Makatama of parting, if you please.
Very well.
Your benevolence, please allow me the honor.
Yes, it would be more fitting for you to send him on his way.
This is in me.
Darling, I'm so glad I was able to see you one last time. Aww. Thank you for everything. I'm sorry to leave you like this, my love. Yes, always and forever. And with every breath I take, my darling, I'll be thinking of you. Oh. Farewell, my darling Tress.
That's actually really sad. It feels really odd to do a high-pitched voice right now.
The High Priest has returned to the Twilight Realm.
Maya.
I feel great. I guess that means he didn't leave any regrets behind. Oh, but what about you, Nick?
It's over. It was a sad reality born of love and a great tragedy born of the Defense Culpability Act.
Well, I've seen ready to continue this trial. Does the prosecution have anything to say?
Mr. Phoenix Wright, I owe a debt to you, one that I will pay back in court someday.
Now, to deliver today's verdict and overturn the of yesterday's trial. With respect to all current and previous charges against them, I hereby declare the accused Maya Fey and her defense Phoenix Wright
Not guilty. Oh my fucking god. Wow, that was one hell of a final trial. Wow.
So I was thinking, Nick, the legal system here is really stacked against the defense. Gee, you don't say! It's totally unfair. Oh, really?
Yeah, it even forced the High Priest to make the ultimate sacrifice to protect his wife.
It's just so sad.
Protect the status quo or join the revolution. If the real Lady Kira were here, I wonder which side she would take. And what do you have to say? Your benevolence?
Huh? What? I was, just wondering, are you alright? Quiet, you. How can I possibly be alright?
Yeah, she's not doing well at all.
Who do you think you are suddenly appearing before me, trampling my insides underfoot and plunging the Hall of Justice in utter chaos? You even desecrated my mother's and father's teachings, you soulless infidel.
Oof, that was a bit more extreme than usual.
What am I to do? I had always believed that communing with the victim's Mitama would lead me to the absolute truth. But each time you overturn my insights, it was revealed that they served to support false charges rather than the truth. I am left now with that heavy truth in my heart.
I'm sorry, Rayfo.
Perhaps I am not worthy of hearing the voice of the Mitama. What?
Maya?
How dare you?
Your role is to bring forth the voices of the Avatama into our world. If you don't do it, who will?
You know nothing, Maya Fey. It was spirit channeling, not a divination seance that brought the truth to light. How dare an outsider like you employ the Queen's secret art?
She's trying to cheer you up. Jesus Christ, you're awful.
Is it not a cool joke? The royal priest is bested by a lowly outsider?
Don't be sorry to yourself.
Why not? Is it worth at least a laugh or two?
You shouldn't talk like that.
Huh?
Listen, your benevolence, you were just fulfilling your duty, weren't you? And you're the only one capable of performing the divination seance, right? The station of royal priestess is not something to abandon lightly.
A station of royal priestess?
The people of your kingdom believe in you, but if you really mean all that you just said, then what are they supposed to believe in?
You know not of what you speak.
Actually, I kinda do. After all, I'm only here training so I can become the master of my village back home.
A village master, you say? I did not know. It seems I owe you an apology, for even today I called you a neophyte practitioner.
It's alright, your benevolence. Thank you for finally acknowledging me. A future queen and a future village master? Guess it shouldn't be a surprise, considering they may have had a common ancestor. Maya's right, your benevolence.
Barbed head?
Your insights were a crucial piece of evidence in this last trial. It doesn't matter if they weren't as always 100% accurate. You should be proud of what you did. You've played an important role in ensuring that justice was served. And besides, your insights aren't the problem here. It's your kingdom's legal system. Without lawyers, your insights have come to be accepted as the sole truth, and the Defense Culpability Act, which gave rise to that, is the root of it all.
But that is dangerous thinking of a rebel.
Your benevolence, as crown princes, you are destined to rule this kingdom one day. That means there will be many things that you alone must determine. Things like how to keep your people happy, and what is true and what is false. And most importantly, what role you must play therein.
I wonder if I'm even up to the task.
And knowing you, your benevolence, you're more than capable. I've never heard Maya talk like this before. She's really come a long way. What the f***? What was that? Came from the hallway. Smoke! We're gonna check it out, hurry! This is in me.
Mr. Wright, Faye, I'm so sorry for what transpired. You were almost sentenced to death because of me. I'll make amends by picking up where my husband left him. I will see the revolution through so nothing like this can ever happen again. Well, that is the death of my love for my dearly departed husband.
That voice, is that Mr. Rebel?
I must tell the people, they must learn that the peace we enjoy is a false one. A vote on the backs of the innocents charged with false crimes under that odious DC Act. We have it in our people the foolish society in which the law judges all us fairly.
Hey there, PW. I wish we had more time to talk, but Dirk, everything's ready. It's go time.
Dirk? Wait, was that the rebel leader Dirk? No, it was Dirk the Daring from Dragon Slayer. What do you think? Don't let him get away! What? A million things just happened in 5 seconds. The power to forge a society in which the law judges all of us fairly is the start of a legal revolution. Hey, Nick! Hate to bother you while you're lost in thought, but I just got this great idea. Let me guess, time to get burgers? What is it? Oh. Not quite what I was expecting. And if we see the full Punisher in there, everyone would go nuts over it. I'll never get what she sees in those shows. But it's good to know that no matter what happens, Maya will always be Maya. Yes. Yes, she will. Wow! Oh, boy. Okay, wow. Are you gonna throw me straight into the next case again, or are we gonna have a pause screen? Nope, you're gonna throw me straight into the next case again. Okay, apparently there's just no time for me to sit and stop on a pause screen. Okay, nope, headset's going off, and iPad is getting turned over and placed upside down on the table so that I do not get spoilers for the next case. Okay, let's talk about that case. Look, that was the exact definition of a mixed bag. So, like, on the one hand, right, we have... this case made Maya an afterthought. And at least in the investigations, she was an afterthought. Like, this was supposed to be her big return. And the first half of the case, just... she wasn't even kind of relevant. She was a defendant, sure, but we didn't really get to speak to her all that much. She just wasn't even kind of... It's like, why did you go to the trouble of bringing her back if you weren't going to have her be your sidekick? And then, of course, the first half, like, I didn't even really give a shit about Trust and Believe's relationship until this episode. And then there was that stupid divination seance that didn't accept my input despite it being correct. Yeah, I'm not letting that go. I'm still upset about that because it was utter bullshit. And any section where we were investigating with Rafa was utterly insufferable. Just, I really hope she becomes a better character in the next case. Oh, I guess we'll probably go back to Apollo's perspective in the next case. So I guess case 5 will be when she shows up again. I guess we'll see. But on the other hand, when Maya was there, her chemistry with Phoenix was still 100% intact. I mean, they bounce off each other just as well as they did in the original trilogy. So no points knocked off there. That was great. And him just dropping everything to immediately jump to her defense, even after being found guilty. Perfectly in line with their development as characters and as friends.
What else we got? Oh, the backstory. The world building and the development of the Kingdom of Khura'in as a setting was excellent, including the reveal that Apollo is Dirk's son. I mean, we already knew that he was siblings with Nayuta, but I did not know that he was going to be the son of the rebel leader. Cross-examining Gats was fantastic, and the build-up to the grand reveal that he literally fell from the sky, like, oh my god, that was so smart. And the final set of trials was not only incredible from a deduction perspective, like the clues we had to use to solve the mystery, but also just absolutely beautiful in how it concluded the story of Trust and Believe. Just, oh my god, that moment when I figured it out, and I connected the pieces and I realized what Trust did, that was just like the most heartbreaking thing in the world for this case. And the references to the Steel Samurai Corporation of Maya's spirit channeling abilities, those were nice touches too. And just, overall, was this case great? No. But was it the worst thing in the world? No. I don't know. I don't know where would I rank this in comparison to other cases. I don't know, maybe I should just make a video where I just rank all the cases. I don't know, should I do that? Should I make a video where I just rank every single case in the series up until this point? And then I feel like I don't get to say enough about the cases in the ends of the episode, so maybe, I don't know, that's just something to think about in the future. But for now, it's the weakest case so far, right? Like, it's the weakest case in the game so far, although, in fairness, it was up against the first two cases, which were out of this world incredible. So, you know, like, it's a high, like, so, let me be brief here. Highlights: lore building, world building for Kingdom of Khura'in. I wish we got the version I proposed at the end of Wednesday's episode, where Raven's the defendant and Maya is the assistant. That would have been just so much better. But, you know, overall, decent. Not great, not horrible. It was certainly the most inconsistent in terms of, like, positive negatives. Instead of being consistently good or consistently bad, it was up and down, up and down. It was a roller coaster ride the whole way through. Just alright. Not great, not horrible, just alright. But hopefully the next case is going to be just as good as the first two, because those were incredible. Anyway, that'll be it for this episode. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next time to catch you all on Tuesday for some more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice. Goodbye.